Part of what we're doing here is building traditions, right? And so one exciting thing about Alumni Basketball Weekend is a chance to get groups of people together to recognize. Maybe you remember from last year that we had to make it 1,000-point scorers, so we're able to make it, and that was a lot of fun. We were able to add one to our ranks this year with Robbie Colarusso joining the 1,000-point club. So. He was kind of more exact than the other guy because he got 1,003. He kind of hit that 1,000-point club tighter than most. So what we want to do this year is recognize championship squads. We got a strong tradition here, a long history of championships dating all the way back to 1949 when we were the school for boys. Over the history, we've got 13 teams that were boys that made some sort of championship, and we had 12 girls teams that made some sort of championship. Now, as the girls basketball coach, I must note, since it became a co-ed school, the girls are up 12-11. Okay, so before you start to lord it over, so you got 13, you had an advantage for about 4 years. I don't know what you said, but it seemed messed up. I'm mad about it. All right. So among the boys, there were 11 league championships, 5 county championships, and 3 Long Island championships. Among the girls, there were 12 league championships, 8 county championships, 4 Long Island championships, and 1 New York State Final Four appearance. And so what we want to do now is go through year by year, and for anybody that's here that can represent those teams, we want to call them up. Unfortunately, nobody from the 1949 league championship team was able to make it. Nobody from the 1957 league championship team was able to make it. We do have 2 great players and 1 great coach from our 1974 and 1975 league championship squads. Give it up for Tony Fort and Gary Britton at the second time. Woo! You're the oldest guy here, you stand the longest.
Can I say something real quick? Please. Question. Today is the Stony Brook Bears. What was it back then? Right.
The harder question. You're not the first to bring that up. I don't know.
How many of you played
Brooker.
Oh, yeah. One thing I remember about Coach is that, and he's a mathematician, and everything was programmed. From the practice, every minute. So I knew, I don't know, like a 3-minute mark, I was coming out of the game. But it was like clockwork. It was a lot, attention to detail, great motivator.
And let me just add to that. He knew 3 minutes that he'd be coming out and he took that shot before he
That's awesome. We also were league champions in 1993 and 1994. Nobody here from those squads. And then in 2003, we were league champions. We're excited to have Dan Hickey and Dan Anderson. Oh, and Mike, sorry, Coach, come on up. I didn't mean to. All right. 2003, we got Dan Anderson and Dan Hickey here.
Thank you. Facing the wrong way. Not at me. I'm not.
This is the only undefeated league championship team in 2000.
Yeah, we didn't play a lot.
We didn't start.
We didn't do it.
Congratulations, guys. 2005, we were league champions, and we are happy to have Mike Hickey and Pete Carmel here from those teams.
No. I don't want to be responsible.
The 2007 squad was the first to win a county championship, 2007 league and county champions. Pete Carmel already up, Adam and Eric Duff, Ryan Mitchell, and Luke Zucchillo.
Yeah, boy.
the whole squad did.
Give a better angle.
While we're doing first, in 2010, our first Long Island Championship team, the Suffolk County and Long Island champs. We have Richie Armand, Jovan George, and Marco Massakayan here from the squad.
Yes. So you're still short?
Sorry, Gino. In 2012, we had league we won a league championship behind the power of Richie Armand, Marco Massacai, and also Andre Bruno and Andrew White.
It's so weird.
The next team that was able to put it all together, the league, Suffolk, and Long Island championship team, the first one ever to win that trifecta, Andre Bruno, Marco Massacai, who are already up here, joined by Joe Corrado and Andrew Daniel.
I'm going.
They're going to be in the middle. They're going to be in the middle. If you know Andrew, you knew he was going to go the other way.
Which way are you guys going?
2014, we had last year, sorry, not this past season, but season before, we were able to pull off a Suffolk County and Long Island championship. Andrew Daniel was a member of that team. And then this year, 2000. Are you supposed to be up here for some of these?
He's holding the baby.
He's a league champ, 2012.
Right?
Bring her up.
You need to be out of your presence.
I couldn't remember what you did.
I didn't remember what year I was in.
And
Oh, no, you guys are going.
even if they're not quite Stony Brook alumni, they are Stony Brook basketball alumni. This year's 2015 county champions. They'd like to claim a Long Island championship. That's still in debate. We got to decide if there was no Suffolk Nassau.
Yeah, but they didn't play Long Island.
So there was no.
Thanks, Marco.
We're going to call them Suffolk County champions today. The 2015 team, we got Robbie Colarusso, Luke Meyer, Hunter Scorgati, and Eric Hogan. Also champions, we're going to call them. We got Harry Zhu, Brandon Providence, Giles Etienne. Come on up, boys. Shake hands. Come on up. Hopefully it's a pretty cool picture for you guys to stand here shoulder to shoulder across 40 years of championships. Woo! 41 years of championships. It's a pretty cool thing to look from our perspective as people sort of take some ownership of what we're doing here and see this spectrum of history going all the way back, to ancient times. Mr. Brown was So, really appreciate everybody coming. Appreciate the work that you guys did when you were here and the work that you continue to do out in the world that represents Stony Brook. So, thank you very much.